If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And you can make money from your podcast without any minimum amount of listeners. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download your free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Hello? Hello?
Hello? Hi, this is Corinne, and I'm with the Real Girlfriends from across America, and we are a foundation, and our goal is to support other women. And tonight I have on the call with me Tawanda, Kay, Destiny, and a host of other women. And tonight we are talking about what's the price for fame. And how's everyone doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
Good.
I'm good. So what do you think about tonight's topic? I'm going to ask you, Tawanda. What do you think when you hear about what's the price for fame?
The first thing I thought about was Live Me, because it's a broadcasting platform, and they say, if you want to be famous, join. So when I saw your title, that's the first thing I thought about. Hey, are we going to be famous?
That's funny. I'm going to ask one more person. So we just got a new caller with area code 707. Can you state your name? 707? Okay. I'm going to move on.
First,
I'm sorry?
3 digits of my number?
That's Kat's number.
Oh,
Hi,
okay.
sorry, I was on mute.
Oh, no problem. That was too early here. What do you think about the title, What's the Price for Fame?
Whenever I think, if it was back in the day and I was thinking about the price of fame, I would think about celebrities and how they make the transition of being like a regular person into like having like the high-end life. And so how I would see it is not all celebrities tend to have a different mindset when they adapt to being famous or have fame. It's more like some people, whenever you think about the price of fame, I think about like letting go of like your normal lifestyle and then you're adapting to like higher end. And who knows, sometimes these people even change like mentally and they turn into like the Green Goblin and let fame get to them. And so for me, it's just a bunch of meanings.
Okay. And thank you, Kat, for calling in, and thank you for that response as well. Some people, and I agree with both of your, well, maybe not the live one, but I do agree with you, Kat. So some people, they pay for fame, and some people go as far as to offer their bodies to receive what they perceive to be a better position or maybe to land a role or to be famous. But I'm going to start off with you, Kat. Have you ever used, let's say, manipulate anyone or ever used sex to get what you wanted?
Well, while she was getting off the mute, this is Tawanda,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that all women do at some point in time because they say you got to use what you got to get what you want. So the answer would be yes.
Okay. And, I agree. Definitely. Some people do that. I'm sorry, Destiny, were you going to say something?
Do what? Do what? I think I was on mute.
Okay, I can ask you the question again. Have you ever used sex or, let's say, manipulated anyone to get what you wanted?
No. I haven't. I do know a lot of people that have going to a lot of concerts and stuff, but I haven't really. I just get to know people, and that's usually what I use, to get either on stage or get fame or get to sing or whatever.
Okay, so you would say that you try to manipulate people in order to, or have in the past. Okay, and how did you manipulate it in that incident?
I have in the past kind of told people that I've been on the fame side before, which of course I haven't. And I really, really wanted to sing up on stage with this one band. So I told her that I knew, what it was like to be up on stage, but of course I really didn't. So.
And what made you tell that white lie?
Basically, I just wanted to get some insight, like how all the band stuff works and how it feels to be up there and what it's going to take. And so for me, I just get a little insight.
Okay. And I can see that. And let me ask you, Kay, have you ever used sex or the art of manipulation to get what you wanted?
When I was married, once in a while, yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. And did it work all the time, or did it, sometimes you had to try a little bit harder?
Well, when you get married to someone, like after a while, you sort of know what their triggers are, what their buttons are, what's going to work, with them. So, I mean, the only time it wouldn't work was if I made it super obvious, like, oh, I'm trying to get something that I want. You know what I mean? So you have to, genuinely try to interact in a way that's going to sort of, mellow them out, soften them up, I guess. And that's something that you learn, like when you get married, you learn how to do that because it helps better the relationship anyway. Like it's part of, what is it called? It's interacting in a way that will sort of smooth the relationship between you guys. So, yeah.
Okay, yeah, in order for you to keep the peace, so to say.
Exactly. There you go.
Okay. And, Kat, have you ever used sex or the art of manipulation to get what you wanted?
Can you repeat that one more time?
Sure. Have you ever used sex or, let's say, try to manipulate someone to get what you wanted?
So are you saying, have I ever, used somebody to get where I want or what I wanted? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Correct.
Okay, so I've done that several times, but not because I'm a bad person, but I've, for example, when I used to go to the club, I used my hot girl discount to get free drinks. And so when how guys are when you go to the club, all you got to do is sweet talk them, ask them what they do for a living, and tell them what you like to do. And I used to do that when I was younger. I would just sweet talk guys to get free drinks because I didn't want to pay for drinks.
So was it hard for you to do, or was it something that came natural?
It was natural because okay, like one thing too, I am a genuine person. I'm genuinely nice, but like when I do have to like ask a guy, and I'm not like, one thing, if he was attractive, it's easy, but if he's unattractive, I kind of gotta suck it up at the same time. Like you do have to be a nice person. You can't be like rude, especially like when a guy's like buying you a drink. And so, yeah, like I made sure it was all natural, but I'm not like most, like I know guys when they try and like please a girl, like trying to get her attention, they'll be touchy and all that stuff. I don't do that. That is like, that's like off limits for me to do. But other than that, like I'm genuine, but I'll admit I did use guys to buy me drinks sometimes, or in the past, because now I buy my own drink.
Okay, so let me ask you that: what is your thoughts on people who offer sex and hope to land a role in a movie, or they look to achieve maybe a higher position at work?
Can you say the last part again? Sorry, I'm like in a loud area.
No problem. I'll repeat the whole thing. So what is your thoughts on people who offer sex in hopes to land a role in a movie, or they look to achieve maybe a higher position at work?
Also like using like your looks and stuff. Okay, like so, like I said, I've had times, like for example, like when I was in a relationship with a guy that like had successful businesses, I used my charm. I was like, oh, can you make sure I get a job and all that stuff? But like honestly, like I learned my lesson. First of all, excuse my language, I didn't know shit about the position. And then I had to learn how to do it. But the thing is like when you use someone to like get to where you're at, and you try and pretend like you know like the skill set or whatever, I feel like you're kind of like you're screwing yourself over in the end. But at the same time, like us being females, it's easy to get what we want at times just by being pretty, being nice, and being sweet, because that'll charm a guy or another woman. And so me personally, like as I'm getting older, I try and encourage my friends not to do it, or even myself too, because like we're screwing ourselves over like by pretending to be someone we're not, you know? Yeah. And I'm so sorry about the loud noise.
No, that's fine. Yeah, and I agree that you do screw yourself over at the end when you pretend to be someone that you're not really. And Tawana, I'm going to ask you the same question. What is your thoughts on people who offer sex in hopes to land a role in a movie, or maybe they're looking to receive a higher position at work?
Well, you know what? Honestly, to each his own. And I learned a long time ago about not being judgmental because you don't know someone's situation. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. All right. The only way I would be concerned about it is if it was sexual harassment. You know, like, of course, you have people that are on the job and they're being told by a boss, in order to get this position, you need to have sex with me, and the person really doesn't want to do it. Then that would be alarming and extremely concerning to me. But honestly, we live in a different day and time. People find all types of creative ways to get what they want. And I've actually known people that said, hey, they slept their way to the top and now they're the biggest boss, and et cetera, et cetera. I'm like, you go, girl, because really I might not choose to do it, but people do find creative ways to do stuff. And the last thing I want to say is I was just having a conversation with someone, and they were telling me that their job is almost impossible to, like, get ahead. And what she actually considered doing, she said the women that are, she said basically like a lot of women at her job are more into women, like they're lesbian or whatever. So she said I actually considered acting, quote unquote, like I was this, and even dressing so I could get the promotion because I knew for a fact I would get it. But then she changed her mind, and I said, wow, that's really bad that you would have had to have done that. But things are just not black and white anymore. Things are creative, and you have to find creative ways to get what you want. I kind of hate to say that, but that's really the truth.
Have you creative way that you heard of someone of doing something that in order for them to get what they wanted?
I mean, I've known of people that, number one, sex sells. Sex rules the world. Sex is powerful. So yeah, I've known of people. I've known of women that use their body, and that has had sex for raises, for extra money and bonuses. I actually was talking to a girl the other day that was having an issue at school, and she slept with her professor. And then she